Hi friends, it's Kristine with Queen City Stamp Art, and today we're going to be making a card using the Adorable Otters collection from Stampin' Up's online exclusives. So let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is take a closer look at the products that are part of the collection. So for about $75, you get a stamp set, a coordinating die set, a paper pack, some Lost Lagoon soft cording, and a pack of the Riverside Irregular Pearls. So this is what makes up the collection, and as I said, it's about $75, $75.25 or something. It's right around that ballpark. I will have a shopping link in the description of the video so you can have easy access to these and have a closer look online. So the first thing is the stamp set, the Otterly Amazing Stamp Set. This is sold with the bundle or without, with the dies or without. So if it's with the dies, then it's bundled and you save 10%. You also save 10% on the whole collection as well if you buy it as a collection. So the Otterly Amazing Stamp Set, as you can see, is super cute with a bunch of different otters, including like a little otter family, which is adorable. You can, of course, use whatever sentiments you have on hand to make all different types of cards. You don't have to just use the sentiments that are part of the set. The dies that come with this set coordinate with all of the different otter images that you see pictured in the stamp set. So they each have a die that will cut out the different shapes, which is always super fun. So this one cuts out the little couple. And then we've got one here that will cut out the little back swimming otter, and one that cuts out the baby, which is also super cute. So just like that. So all the otters get cut out. And then, as you can see by what's left, there's a whole bunch of detail dies. Oh, I'm sorry. There's also a little die that cuts out that little seaweed or that little greenery there. You'll also see that there are a plethora of detail dies that come with this set. So this is a great set for scene building. So we've got some river rocks, we've got some different vegetation, there's a little school of fish, a log. This is like a little ocean. This is for like, you would use this die with the river papers. I'm going to show you the papers, a closer look, and you can use this to cut slits into the paper so that the otters can be kind of coming up out of the water, which is super cute. If you look at this set online and you see the bundle or the stamp set, there's probably a card pictured with it. If you click on that sample, you'll see a bunch of samples of artwork at the end of all the pictures. So you'll probably see a card that has this little slit thing used so you can see how that works. There's also some greenery details and then some bubbles, which are really cute, and some extra fish. So this is a super fun die set that coordinates beautifully with the stamps here too. So we're going to be using one of the dies to cut out one of the otters for our card. So that's the Stampin' Die set. This is the beautiful paper. So the paper is double-sided like all of our papers, and we're going to be actually using this piece on the card. We're using the front and the back. So this is one of the river water papers that I was talking about, that if you cut the slits, you could have the little otter kind of peeking up out of the slit, which is really fun. So that's one of the patterns. Then they give you a couple of sheets of otters that you can die cut with the dies. So a couple of the different dies will work. The one like this and the one with the otter on his back. You can actually die cut the otters right out of the paper too, to make it even more versatile and fun. And the other side of this one is more water, which is always useful and helpful. And then here we have more otters that you can cut. This little couple with the greenery is the one that you will cut with the die. The die will fit over that and cut that out. The rest of them you'd have to fussy cut. But this particular one, I think there's like 5 of these on each sheet, and you'd be able to use your dies to cut those out. So that's really fun. And then this one has like a basic gray kind of background. Some more of those otters. And then this is a little scenery piece. Now these pieces, people a lot of times are kind of curious as to what to do with a piece of paper like this. But if you cut this at 5 I'm sorry, 4 1/4 or 4 inches, and then cut it at 5 1/4, and you do that across, everything is positioned out so that you would get panels that you could use for either a scrapbook layout, like if you went to an otter exhibit or something in your town. I'm sorry, in your town, listen to me, at the zoo, or if you wanted to just do a card that had a scene already built in to make it really simple, you could just add a sentiment, maybe a few embellishments, and you'd be all set to go. So there's this piece, and then on the other side is like a river rock pattern. And then this piece has more otters playing in the background with another kind of like vegetation and fish pattern. And then this one is another beautiful piece with, again, smaller images and fish on the back, school of fish. And then this is the last piece. This one has, oh no, we've already looked at this one. This one has the couple on it, the gray background. So you get 2 sheets of each, 12 sheets, so 2 sheets of each. So 6 different patterns, 2 sheets of each. So that's really fun. So that's the paper that goes with the collection. And then the embellishments with this collection, as I pointed out, are the Lost Lagoon Soft Cording. We won't be using this today, but it has a very beautiful satiny texture to it. And then these little Riverside Irregular Pearls. We will be using these, so I'll keep those to the side. So in addition to the supplies that I showed you, we're also going to be using a die from the Nested Essentials dies. We're going to be using one of the rectangles in our card supplies. I have listed the supplies that I use, the measurements, in the description of the video. So you'll be able to go ahead and cut yourself a kit if you have this beautiful otter suite and you want to play along with me. We're going to use some of the pattern papers here, and I have already pre-die cut some of the vegetation using some of those detail dies. So for this, we're going to actually layer on these pieces to this little piece of pretty peacock cardstock. So when I layer a little section of 3 pieces, I like to the outside edges first, like this, and then I add the middle because then it's easier to center it so that everything lays on here properly, just like that. So there's this piece, and then this gets added to the base card. So we're just going to center that here, just like that. And then we'll go ahead and get into the stamping. So we're going to be using some Memento Black ink. That's the only ink pad for today. We're also going to be using a couple of blends markers. I've got a light pecan pie and a light crumb cake. And I'm going to show you how we're going to stamp out the otter and then color him in. So I'm just going to use this little scrap piece to color the otter. And then we're going to need the sentiment from here. Okay, so we're just going to ink that up. And I'm going to stamp this a little bit to the left and like in the middle, top to bottom, just like that. And that's that. So that can be set aside. And now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. So when I went to color this otter, I wasn't actually sure how to color it. So I used the paper as a reference. So if you look at these otters, they all have kind of a light belly and then a dark body. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use the, we're going to start with the light one. And I have my light crumb cake here. And I'm just going to color from his little face down his neck onto his chest. And I'm just using little circular motions with my Stampin' Blends marker. Then I'm just going to continue that soft coloring with a circular motion down to about his tail, because I just want to kind of color his belly light. Then I'm going to take my light pecan pie, and I'm going to finish coloring the rest of him. And then I'll show you a little trick at the end for getting him to look very smooth and natural. These images are very fine line images, so they are not cartoonish. So I really wanted to give my otter a realistic look. And so sometimes, since I'm not super familiar with otters, I thought the paper would be a good way to go with looking at the coloring and how they should be colored in. And then it was really just kind of trial and error. I kind of hit it just right on the first try. I really liked this little color combination. And this is the first card I've actually made with this bundle of product, this little collection. I haven't had a chance to play with it much. It was actually a new product line, I think in the November 2024 online exclusives release. But back then I just was so busy getting ready for vending at creative design retreats that I really didn't have time to play with it too much when I got it. And then Christmas came, of course, and it was just got really busy. So this is really the first time I've had to play with it. So I love how it looks. It's really cute. His little belly is lighter than the rest of his body. Now I'm going to go back in with my light crumb cake, and wherever the light and dark touch, I'm just going to kind of scribble over that and kind of blend it out. I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just really softening the lines of my coloring so that they look a little bit more natural. And along his little face too. And that's it. And then when he dries up, you're going to see that this kind of blends him out, and it looks really, really cute. He's a very cute little otter. So now we would just have to go ahead and lay the die over top, and it matches up perfectly. And then we'd run this through our die cutting machine, and we would end up with a little die cut otter that we're going to add to our card. So let's go ahead and add some dimensional adhesive to the back of the sentiment panel here. And then we're just going to center this piece on the front of the card, like that. Then I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive to the bottom of these greeneries. A bit too sticky there. And I'm just going to tuck these under the sentiment. Oh, I just tore that up. Shoot. This is going to get tucked under as well. And then we're going to flip this over and put a couple of dimensionals on the back of the otter too. And then that gets positioned right here. And I want to make sure the otter is on the little panel, but also that his tail doesn't interfere with the sentiment. So just like this, it's kind of sitting up there. And then the last thing to finish off the card is to add some of these little river rocks. So I'm gonna go ahead and, these are really, really pretty pearls. They're flat, which is nice because they don't stick up quite as much. And they come in 3 different colors. There's kind of an iridescent white, an iridescent gray, and then this beautiful iridescent, like Lost Lagoon color, which I love. But I think I'm going to go with the clear ones, the white ones. And I'm just going to put a couple on here just to draw the eye. I'm going to do one of each size in the white, like that. And that's it. That's our little project for today. So I hope you like this little card, and I hope you feel inspired by these adorable little otters. They're very, very cute. I'm hoping that I'll be able to make a few more samples that I can share in future videos with you before they retire. I'm not really sure when they will retire, but they're still available. I did check before I did the video just to make sure that they were still a viable product. I haven't seen a lot made with these yet, and so I thought I would contribute to the ideas. So thanks so much for watching today, and I'll see you soon in the next video.